Welcome to Advice with Prince. Today's guest, he is the CEO of IC.com. He is a real estate investor and also a member of Group 5 Group. Please welcome Terrence Willis. Uncle T, how you doing today?
Hey, I'm doing well. Prince, how you doing, bro? It's good to see you, man.
I'm cool.
Good.
How has quarantine been for you?
Man, it's been a challenge like for everyone, man. But I'm making my way through it, brother. I'm not letting it stop me.
That's true.
We gotta be flexible. We gotta adjust. Figure out new ways of doing things.
That's good. I've known you for a long time. Well, basically my whole life. So for those that don't know you, tell them just a little bit about you.
Okay, I'll try to be brief. I am a lifelong Detroiter. Terrence Willis is my name. I grew up on west side of Detroit. Former soldier. After a short stint in the military, came home, went to school, started a business called IC Data Communications. We do information technology services for schools, libraries, and other public sector entities. Also, I am a real estate developer and investor in Detroit. I chair a nonprofit organization called 12th Street Community Development Corporation, focused in the area near Henry Ford Hospital, Boston Edison, Virginia Park, LaSalle Gardens area. And I'm also a member of a social fellowship known as Groove 5 Groove Social Fellowship Incorporated.
And that's how we met.
That's right. That's right. It's about time for you to be a groove, brother.
I don't know about that. I don't know.
I'll keep working on you. I know.
I don't know if I can do that. But right. I had no idea that you were a soldier, though. I didn't know that about
Yeah. I'm a veteran. At 17 years old, I joined the United States Army.
Oh wow!
Spent 4 years on active duty. Yep. Came back home to Detroit.
How long did you say you were in the Army?
I was in 4 years on active duty and 4 years of inactive reserve, they call it.
Wow, so altogether 8 years. So what made you want to come on and start your own company?
Oh, start my own business? I think that as a young man in Detroit, I saw that there's a lot of ways to support yourself. My first experience with being an entrepreneur was as a paper boy, and then after that, several other endeavors. And when I went to school and I started to learn technology in the early '90s, it was definitely easy to go out and get a job, and I did. I spent time, working in corporate America for companies like Johnson Controls and Chrysler Corporation and General Motors. But with that skill set, I also saw a whole lot of opportunity to kind of do things in my own business, and it was just kind of a natural transition for me. I started doing in-home computer service for people, and then that sort of grew into providing computer networking services for businesses, and then after I got moving, especially during that time, I made a lot of money, and there's plenty of places to provide services, and it just grew from there.
Wow. So Dadcom, I see Dadcom. Tell us a little bit about what you do and
we do full service technology services. So we provide computer networking services, telephone systems, surveillance systems, access control systems, audio video systems for schools, libraries, and other government agencies. So and small business. We do some work for small business and nonprofit organizations as well. So we're basically like an outsourced IT department for schools and libraries.
Got you, got you. So,
Mhm.
how is it like having your own business?
For me, like I said, it's a kind of a natural thing, but it's very fulfilling. Very fulfilling. It can be challenging at times. It's a lot of responsibility. But I really couldn't imagine it any other way of life. It's never a dull moment, and when you take the responsibility of providing a job for yourself and for other people, um, you really have a flexibility to go anywhere on this planet and be able to provide for yourself. It kind of opens up a whole different perspective of the world.
Yeah. So how did COVID kind of affect you?
Well, on a personal level, it's been challenging, like it's been challenging for everybody. I've lost a lot of loved ones, including my dad. But on a professional level, as a business person, I think it presents a lot of challenges, of which, if you're clever enough to find solutions, or you're able to add value in a challenging time, then it's a good time for business. So it's a lot of opportunity, especially in K-12, as you can imagine. School education, K-12 education has been completely shifted. So it created a lot of opportunities for our company to step up and help schools transition from classroom learning to virtual learning environments, and a lot of professional development opportunities to train teachers on how to educate kids in that environment, and how to embrace and use the technology. So it's been good for us. We've been very busy.
Yeah, I bet you working with schools. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm sure you get calls every day.
yeah,
So,
absolutely.
so, so also, I know you love a real estate, and you are a real estate investor. How do you get
Mhm.
into that?
Well, Detroit's a special place when it comes to real estate. I mean, there's a lot of opportunity in Detroit right now. Detroit's been a city that in transition my whole entire life. We went through a long, sustained period of decline and kind of hit rock bottom, in 2012 with the bankruptcy, post subprime lending crisis. Detroit, found itself in a position where the municipalities, the city, state, and county all had tons of, and still have tons of municipally owned property in their various land banks, and each one of those properties present an opportunity for an investor to come in and acquire at little or no cost, and redevelop, and create housing for people in the city, and while creating, making money for themselves and creating long-term wealth, inheritable wealth. So it's a great opportunity in Detroit right now. So it's like a no-brainer for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I remember about 4 years ago, someone showed me a house, and the
Hmm.
house was like 250, and I think now it's like probably like 700.
Right. So that's the kind of thing I'm talking about.
That,
And,
that
and,
was
and
for downtown.
yeah, and for a lot of people, 250, even $250,000 might be a tremendous obstacle, right? But I've purchased houses in Detroit for as little as $600. Houses that are now, worth more than $100,000 or $200,000, right? So there's an opportunity for anybody, whether they they're already a seasoned investor with plenty of money, access to money, or someone who's just working a job, and with most people's tax returns, they could purchase property in Detroit, and that property is appreciating very rapidly.
Yeah, and also too, it helps to create wealth not only for you but for your whole family,
Yeah,
generation.
absolutely, that's true.
So
Very
talk about how that can like help 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 you in the long term.
well. I mean, the thing about real estate is, if you pick the right properties, you make the right choices. It's you can make money in a number of different ways. the appreciation of the property, through income that's generated on the property, through collecting rents. You can make money through the tax benefits that come along with owning property. So, it can pay you in a number of different ways.
So yeah, so it's good to own your own stuff because it can help in the long term with not only you but for your whole family and creating a generational wealth for you. So I think that's really, really cool and something that's very, very important. Also, I know.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and also, I know you love to mentor a young adult. So talk about some of your mentorship.
Yeah, well, especially as it relates to the topic we're discussing right now, in terms of the real estate opportunities in Detroit. I feel that there's a lot of misconceptions that go around in the city. People feel as if there's some hidden force or some conspiracy to hold people back, and some reason why people can't prosper. But the way I see the world is that there's an abundance of opportunities, and anybody can take advantage of it. I don't care what a person's background is. I probably say 3 or 4 times a day to different people that anybody in the city of Detroit right now that doesn't have $1 million in net worth, that simply just doesn't have access to the right information or doesn't have the right character traits. Because if a person was aware, they could go out and take advantage of these opportunities and create very easily for themselves a very stable and prosperous future, right? So, I spend a lot of time talking to people and trying to get people to see that it's not the actions of anybody else. It doesn't matter to me who the president is. It doesn't matter, whether it's a pandemic or not. It does. None of those things really impact me. I know that every day the choices I make are going to be the biggest determining factors in what my future looks like. Not to say that I'm isolated or insulated from the events of the world. It's just that we are the product of the choices that we make. So I spend time trying to help people make better choices. Sometimes the masses are going right when they should be going left. And if you can make a person kind of see that sometimes thinking for yourself and following your own instincts and doing everything that you can do to be informed is all that it really takes for you to be able to make the decisions that are going to give you a good outcome. So we spend a lot of time doing that. And as a member of my fraternity, or what I should say, correct myself, our social fellowship, Groove 5 Groove, we focus on young black men, college age men, helping them to matriculate through higher education, but also collaborate on alleviating the ills that plague the black community, and that's both here domestically as well as internationally. So we have chapters as far away as Ghana. I personally played a part in initiating our first group of brothers back in 2013 in Ghana, and now we got about 60 brothers in Ghana and 3 in Nigeria. And just this past weekend, we took over a Senegalese brother who resides in Marseille, France.
Oh wow! Okay, so you said y'all growing.
Oh yeah, we're growing. We're definitely growing, and we're, as a matter of fact, you'll probably be able to appreciate this. On Thursday of this week, we're actually purchasing a building in Detroit, to be our headquarters. So we'll finally have our own official permanent headquarters in the city of Detroit.
Oh yeah. I think Dad talking about that.
Yeah, we're on the verge of it. So, God willing, 2:00 on Thursday, we'll be sitting at the closing table.
Mm-hmm. So, this is something that I like to ask all my guests. 4 things that everyone should know. What are 4 things that everyone needs to know or should know?
I would say first and foremost, every human being on this planet should have an understanding of their purpose. Like, why are they blessed with time on this planet? Right? They should have some idea why they were created, or what they can do to leave a legacy or impact creation in the small period of time that they have. The other thing that I think people should realize is that they only have so much time. So people should be very conscious of the fact that life is finite, at least in this form, is finite, and it's very important that you manage that time, and you're aware and you don't take it for granted, because I would love to live to be 100 years old, but I might not have 100 minutes left. So you got to be constantly mindful of that. I think the next thing is that there's a whole planet that we can roam, that we can find ways to live out our purpose. Right? A lot of times people get caught up in a few blocks or a few square miles in which they reside, and they live their whole life in that space, and they never really even conceive of the fact that at this day and age where that we live in, it's easy to travel. It's easier for us than it's been for any other humans that have come before us. So the world is a much smaller place. So I think people should be mindful of that. And I think lastly, I think every person should realize that it's no man is an island, right? You're surrounded by other people, for a reason. We are at our best when we can interface with other people and bring value to one another. If you're only self-centered, only thinking about yourself, you're missing out on the whole world of things. We're strong. I like to say, if you took one person and one chimpanzee and you put them on an island, right, a desert island, you came back a year later, you would expect that monkey would probably be doing better than that human that you left by himself, right? The monkey's probably going to be there. It's not a given that human being is going to be doing very well, right? He may be able to survive, but he may not. But the monkey's going to just hit the ground running. He's going to run, jump up in a tree, find something to eat, and he's going to be okay. That human might starve to death within a couple weeks, right? But if you took 200 monkeys and you put them on that island, and you took 200 human beings and put them on that island, and you came back a year later, you would expect that those human beings are going to be doing better than those monkeys, right? So by ourselves, we're kind of vulnerable and capable of doing some things, but it pales in comparison to what we can do when we collaborate. So I think that would be the fourth thing is understanding that we're stronger together than we are apart.
Yeah. All right. How can people find you?
The easiest way to find me is probably online via email. So for IC Datacom, we have a website. It's www.icdatacom.com. And then on the real estate side, we have a website. It's 12th Street CDC.org. So 12th Street CDC.org. And then my personal email address is another way that a person can get me. I can be reached at twillis@icdatacom.com or twillis@12thstreetcdc.org.
Okay, and I'm going to put all the links down below so you can go follow Terrence. Thank you. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you for coming on.
Oh, anytime, brother, anytime. It's a pleasure, man. It's good to see you, man. I'm very proud of you as well.
Well, thank you. It was good seeing you too. Don't forget to tune in next week. See you guys.
Okay, for sure.
Bye.
Passion, romance, sex, sin, pain, and death. Love unexpected. When you think you know your partner, think again. Everyone has a path they must choose. For Kai, it's true love or the life she's always known. Lies, deceit, money, and murder. Against the Grain by Kimberly Kiss. Would you go against the grain?
Say you love me.